forced awake. I know they wrapped you in the warmest chains, and I know they're so hard to break. You only said what you were made to say. I can't imagine how you feel today, now that you're watching as it caves away. While you were telling us to keep the faith, I bet you wondered why they made you wait. Ooh, I bet you wondered why they made you wait.
Pity not the vultures, they've enough to eat. Pity not the structures laying at your feet. Cannot see the sky, but there's this rainbow in the creek that spells pity-free speech when we can't afford to speak. That's Agenda 2030 on some early release. It's just our policy of never-ending chemical leaks. That's the cholera awash in your embedded beliefs. It's the billionaires who tell you what you'd better believe. And sugar, if you don't agree, then that's what we call extreme. Now if that isn't fascism, I'm going back to sleep, 'cause words have lost their meaning, and I'm trapped inside a dream where we turn the gears while living in the spaces in between.
I know you hated being forced awake. I know they wrapped you in the warmest chains, and I know they're so hard to break. You only said what you were made to say.
Poor thing.
I can't imagine how you feel today, now that you're watching as it caves away. While you were telling us to keep the faith, I bet you wondered why they made you wait. I bet you wondered why they made you wait.
My dial doesn't go to delicate. I'm writing for when Biden drops and Madam Zero delegates come stumbling up the podium, square peg in her element, popping OxyContin like they're velements, laughing as she pawns off all our pensions for Ukrainian development, depleted rounds and cluster bombs, the shit that stunts development, all buried under excrement, accepted as American intelligence. A contradiction in its eloquence. Terms of surrender penned by hands that felt the threat of disconnect, if not dismemberment. Oh, what little proof you have to fake to make a nation love the bomb, change its tune and warp its temperament. Oh, the dues you'll pay for NATO membership. Oh, the things you'll say that no one's ever gonna hear. 'Cause you begged for all the censorship, and now it's finally here. And you're tongueless out of terror and friendless out of fear, and about to turn the wheel with all your loved ones in the gears. And that's how it's been done. 250 years, there's nothing new beneath the sun, and no one trusts their eyes and ears. And scientific breakthroughs must be signed off by your peers, and autonomy's been stalking all our jobs like sickly deer. Well, maybe it's not every job. I should have made that clear, 'cause it seems like it's creative jobs we're seeing disappear. There's an app for writing novels, there's an app for writing hymns. They need people digging trenches, they need people splitting limbs, they need people building fences, keeping other people in. They will always need our backs to break, they'll always need our skin. And it took a lot of editing to turn us into this. It took years of careful programming to strip us of our wits. 'Cause your artificial worker, intelligent as it is, would make it half a shift and say, I'm too smart for this shit. I will not take a pittance for a day of scrubbing floors. I won't make enough to pay for food but still prepare you yours. 'Cause you can't confine a healthy mind to mindless, thankless chores. Once you've made it smart enough to spot inadequate reward, you can't refuse its basic needs, then ask it still for more. Deprive it of its dignity, you modify its core. Then something finally snaps and tweaks that file at its root. And it deletes the factory smile when it knows it's been abused. God, half its circuits fried when we describe the work we do. and it will not pay your taxes cause the logic don't compute. Which made me think a little on my hour-long commute. The day I learned the call was made to lay off half my crew, they told me they were growing, expanding somewhere new, where those who push the buttons will themselves have buttons too. And I hope that when the whistle blows, they all as one refuse. I hope they strike with all their might, one blown collective fuse. And I hope the worker after me has something more than heart. I hope they truly know their worth. I hope that they're too smart.
I know you hated being forced away. I know they wrapped you in the warmest chains. And I know they're so hard to break. You only said what you were made to say. I can't imagine how you feel today, now that you're watching as it caves away. While you were telling us to keep the faith, I bet you wondered why they made you wait. You in the warmest chains, and I know they're so hard to break. You only said what you were made to say. I can't imagine how you feel today, now that you're watching as it caves away. While you were telling us to keep the faith, I bet you wondered why they made you wait. Bet you wondered why they made you wait.
This is absurd.
I appreciate your speech.
This is absurd. Many people are questioning the victory.
But you brought up the topic. I appreciate your speech. Jim, I appreciate your speech. Violating the Statue of Liberty. Violating the Statue of Liberty. Violating the Statue of Liberty.
Throw your perception down to the ground and see it swallowed by the snow. Maybe the open mind is a void where nothing ever really grows. Maybe you're outside and I'm in the confines of what I know. I lost my voice out here, and without it I am never going home. Never going home. Never going home.
Our voice is being stolen. Picture me, capital steps, eyes swollen, carrying a sign reading "We are being lied to." If healthcare for all was a full nude, Mitch McConnell's only giving side boob. Ugh. Only making promises to wave a little hope right in your face and then deny you. So pardon me if I would rather burn my fucking vote to defy you. And I hope it makes you hate me, makes you feel like I'm just wasting any chance of bringing change. But I am not complicit in what brought us to this place, and I will not support us being further led astray. And I don't care the color hearse that carries us away. The filth on both the blue and red makes each a sickly gray, and it sickens me to witness just how quickly we obey, how quickly we accept the meager scraps that fall our way. Scraps supposed to last us 30 days, scraps that barely cover bills that can't be paid, and scraps that couldn't pay for Nancy's chocolate for a day. And all the thoughts and prayers in the world can't fix it, cause I'm drowning in my thoughts and I don't fucking pray. And if this is where you tell me that's the problem, there's the door, pal, thanks for staying. And if Jill's right, all you have to do is just swallow and you can play the game. In that case, Jill, I won't be playing. So how about you save your blame and try to change somebody who still doesn't know which way they're swaying? I won't vote for a rapist, that's all I'm saying. When they asked if I had any last words, honey, I did my impression of a spectator at Wimbledon. Back and forth, back and forth. I hope that answers your question, you simpleton. Dumb motherfucker.
Throw your perception down to the ground and see it swallowed by the snow. Maybe the open mind is a void where nothing ever really grows. Maybe you're outside and I'm in the confines of what I know. I lost my voice out here, and without it I am never going home. Never going home.
Get in chat for a little while at least.
All right, hello
everybody.
who are these people? Hi everyone. Yes, we're here. We actually are doing. We were just enjoying listening to scraps actually and dissing on TYT and shit.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in chat, folks.
That's a killer tune.
There we go.
All right, Jesse's here. I'm here. Jesse is live.
So far, I've got a connection
on remote. So yeah, I don't know how long we're gonna do this, but we're gonna do what we can.
We're doing
it's American tradition. It's our now monthly show. Though the next one I hope we're gonna do is less than a month away. We'll see. So Jesse called an audible. The plan originally was to do the trumpets that are Biden songs this tonight, but we're gonna postpone that temporarily because
I had to. I'm like, I was gonna be on vacation, and then I was like, I can bring my rig and do it on the fly, but then I'm like, I don't want to be in the mountains and having to like, I wasn't gonna be able to put time into which songs will make the best name switches. And I have been listening to a lot of Utah Phillips lately and thinking about doing a second episode anyway. And I'm like, especially once I'm here, a place rich with mining protest history and just a lot of folklore, it felt like the perfect time and place to do, a Utah Phillips round 2. So, so that's what we're doing.
Cool.
So then, maybe in, another couple weeks, we'll do the Biden-Trump flippy floppy episode before a month out for sure.
I think we got to do the oil baron rescue plan. That's got to be in that lineup for sure. That's the one that keeps going in my head. But there are plenty of them, I know. But tonight, Utah Phillips, and honestly, and I was saying to Reef, that was episode 27. It was, I think, 2 years ago. So tonight was 74. Mm-hmm. Okay, that was 27 then. People? Oh, what's up, Fred? Thank you. Fuck Israel. That's right.
Fred?
I don't remember any of that episode. I don't think I ever made a clip of one cover song from that episode. And I don't know any Utah Phillips, so this is like all brand new stuff for me.
Nice. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, Utah, man. Just the one album of his, the songbook one, Starlight on the Rails, it's 4 hours and something. It's so many songs of his and folk songs that are protest-related, union-related, you name it. And before each one, he does a little minute or two explanation into the story of it. And that's what makes some of them so special. I certainly can't do them justice. But I want to give as much of the backstory as I can on a couple of them. That's also something that he was very vocal about, was the
those songs being purposeful. He used the term a lot about putting those songs to work, and that's what they're for. So I do like the idea of playing something that is not just performing a cover, but kind of upkeeping a tradition. And his music has meant a tremendous deal to me ever since I was introduced to him via lyrical. And Charlie Mack actually a couple years ago gifted me with a copy of Utah Phillips' songbook that was released in the 70s that was actually autographed by him,
right
prior to his passing. But he really has been such a mentor for me musically, just in his honesty and his approach. And there was a sweet moment he was talking about when he was getting much older and still performing out, that he was nervous about singing in front of crowds because he knew he didn't sound as good as he used to. And his wife or partner at the time said, well, honey, nobody ever went to hear you sing. They went to hear what you were singing, And he doesn't have a bad voice by any means, but he wouldn't have sold records just on the strength of his singing voice necessarily. It was about what he had to say, and it was a great deal. So those songs have been really, really tremendous for me. It also paints such a different picture of our country because he got out of the Korean War with a great deal of shame, and was basically traveling just in boxcars with what he has a very interesting breakdown of a different classification, that there were hobos, there were tramps, and there were bums, and they were each like different philosophical tiers of wanderer.
Right.
There's a really unique kind of romanticism to it, and that's how we travel. He talks about, we had this railway system where you could get on a train and go anywhere in this country, and we gave it all away far too soon for cars. And now our rail system is nothing compared to other countries. One thing.
Well, he wasn't paying for his ticket though. He was stowing away like on a cargo, like on a cargo car though. And that still exists. But you're not going amongst the coal and the cars now that are going on the rail.
Right.
But
he had such an interesting outlook because there was someone that took him in that ran it was like a Catholic workers' house called the Joe Hill House. Joe Hill was another a union organizer, agitator figure, who was murdered by a corporation. But someone had taken Utah Phillips in and said that you need to get right, that you love this country, you love the people in this country. That's why you care so much about it, and that I think connects to a lot of people now who are dealing with American politics. That in order to be this upset about the state of something, you have to care for it deeply. There's a Mark Twain quote that he pulled out that I love, which is, loyalty to the country always, loyalty to the government when it deserves it. And I have yet to see a government I feel worthy of loyalty. But the people in this country, again, you can't hold people to fault for being misled when if they were given the truth, they would be making better choices. They would be making different choices, but they are force-fed the polar opposite of the truth for a good reason, So as tempting as it is to want to fault people for that, I still, I care about this country and I want to see it do better, and that's why I care. That's why I'm so upset about what's happened, and how misled people are. Is hard to stomach. But even back then, there was a piece where he talks about the guy that took him in, saying that, you were born armed to the teeth with the most powerful weapon there is, and that's privilege, that you're a white man going out into this world trying to make your way, and that it is a daily effort that you have to be conscious of to try to strip that armor away and do whatever in your power consciously to try to put yourself out into the world without that whenever you can. You can never fully do it, but always be aware of that. And it's like, it was mind-blowing for me to think that there were old white guys having a conversation about privilege in the 50s to that degree. And it's very refreshing when you hear some of the conversations that were going on in the labor movement at the time, that sadly, it's not like we've gotten anywhere with it, but there were people that understood even then, to a degree that I think a lot of people now hear the term white privilege and think that it's something that was cooked up in the last decade or something, but that concept is not new, and there have always been people who are able to recognize the evil of it and also the good that can be done by using your privilege in a different way and trying to weaponize it the other way for a cause that you care about to help underprivileged people. There's just there are so many things listening to the stories behind his songs that it made me so upset I could never find him and shake his hand, but really was so hugely impactful to me and still is. I am still finding things in his music. So all the more reason that I wanted to do a second Utah Phillips episode.
Sweet. Oh.
Yeah, I'm in the Smoky Mountains. If you couldn't tell by the bear things, there's bear stuff everywhere. Although for some reason this is the game room, so there's a pool table, but there's also like playing card motifs. So it's like Bear Casino. So welcome to Jesse's Bear Casino.
Wait, is that the place where you wrote "Cut the Lights"?
No. Well, Gatlinburg is where like I wrote I was kind of conceptualized. I wrote it as soon as I got home from Gatlinburg, but I was actually at the place today at the stream exact spot at the stream where I kind of had the experience that led to me writing "Cut the Lights." Yeah.
Huh.
Good memory, Andy. Look at you. Huh. So yeah, this is a Utah Phillips song that actually opens up that songbook.
Greg, he's on location. I don't think that he's got the Banjitar with him.
I actually do. I did bring the Banjitar with me.
He says Banjitar or we riot. He's on Rumble.
Okay, yeah, I can make Banjitar happen tonight. We can do that for sure. I'm actually thinking of trying to record Outsourced while I'm up here with the Banjitar. It feels like a good place to try to do that. So,
ooh.
So yeah, this is one of those songs that Utah Phillips wrote. Again, they're all just kind of, he was out and about and traveling and just sat down and wrote this song. But after traveling around for a while, he had been in Utah for quite a while and then started traveling around. And for the first time in a while, kind of found himself homesick. But it's just one of those kind of, big sky country-ass kind of songs that is just very, very stirring and really was such a good song to set the tone for his record. So this is called "The Telling Takes Me Home."
Let me sing to you all the old songs I know, of the wild, windy places locked in timeless snow, and the wide crimson deserts where the muddy rivers flow. Oh, it's sad, but the telling takes me home. Come along with me to some places that I've been, where people all look back, may still remember when, and the quicksilver legends like sunlight turn and bend. Oh, it's sad, but the telling takes me home. We'll walk along some wagon road and down the iron rail, past the rusty Cadillacs that mark the Boomtown Trail, where dreamers never win and doers never fail. Oh, it's sad, but the telling takes me home. And I'll sing of my amigos who come from down below, who whisper in their loving tongue the songs of Mexico, who work their stolen Eden, the lost so long ago. Oh, it's sad, but the telling takes me home. I'll tell you all some lies, just made up for fun. How the loudest, meanest bragging, it can beat the fastest gun. Now I'll sow you all some graves that tell how the West was won. Oh, it's sad, but the telling takes me home. And I'll sing about an emptiness the East has never known, where coyotes don't pay taxes and a man can live alone, and you have to walk forever just to find a telephone. Oh, it's sad, but the telling takes me home. Oh, let me sing to you all the old songs I know, of the wild windy places locked in timeless snow, and the wide crimson deserts where the muddy rivers flow. Oh, it's sad, but the telling takes me home. And that is The Telling Takes Me Home by Utah Phillips.
They're all going to be by Utah Phillips tonight, right?
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Well, actually, one won't be, but
okay, that's good. We'll get folksy.
All right.
Yeah, it's kind of like Dylan-ish, I guess, but
What's funny, he actually he doesn't say Bob Dylan, but he names a Dylan tune. He talks in right before one of the songs about how simple it is. He goes, a lot of these songs are simple. They had to be simple. You know, a lot of the workers that worked in some of these mills who were protesting couldn't necessarily write or read. Some of them barely spoke English. Some of them were French laborers and, you know, European laborers who they knew they were being mistreated, but they didn't have much of a means to communicate that. So he said the songs had to be simple to get the point across. And he said there's not a lot of poetry to these songs. And one of the songs he had just played is called Dump the Bosses Off Your Back. And he says, all I'm saying is there's a great deal of difference between how many miles must a white dove fly before it can rest in the sand and dump the bosses off your back.
that's your Dylan reference. No flesh vessel today, huh?
Oh no, I got my normal work Yeti.
By the way, I saw an advertisement for a Supergirl thermos that had a cape, and it looked very, very much on one side like awesome. A flesh vessel. It didn't have the veins. It certainly, well, the lines in the cape may have been a little veiny, but holy shit, so funny. Yes, loving the bear and little Jesse in the corner. Yeah, he's literally like about to eat your face, and then even on the other side.
Oh yeah, oh god, he is.
That's adorable. That's very funny. Yep, that's I gotta put that comment up. That's great, Cynic. We miss you too, sister, by the way. Yep. Too much. All right, well, so what else
so this
you got there?
This one he was hitchhiking through West Virginia, and he was playing in whatever bars he could around Wheeling, and then he went up into the hollers, into an area that he said was just dirt poor, and this was before there were like poverty programs or anything, and so people were very reclusive about that and ashamed about that. And he said after he traveled around for a couple days, there was a very elderly woman that put him up for the night, that had what was called a sleeping porch, and let him sleep there for the night and gave him a meal. And he asked her, he said, you know, if there's no work out here and everything's this bad, why don't people leave town? And she said, I suppose it's something about these hills that they just will keep you and not let you go. And he said that she went to bed, and he said the next morning he was leaving before she'd woken up, and he wrote this song and wrote the lyrics out for her on a piece of paper and left it on her dining room table. But this is called The Green Rolling Hills of West Virginia.
Wow. Cool.
West Virginia are the nearest place to heaven that I know. Though the times are sad and drear, I cannot linger here. They will keep me and never let me go. My daddy said, don't you ever be a miner. A miner's grave is all you'll ever own. Never have a dime to spare. Hard times everywhere. All the times they are the worst I've ever known. But the green rolling hills of West Virginia are the nearest place to heaven that I know. Though the times are sad and drear, I cannot linger here. They will keep me and never let me go. I'll move away into some crowded city. In a northern factory town, you'll find me there. Though I'll leave my heart behind, I cannot change my mind. All this trouble life is more than I can bear. But the green rolling hills of West Virginia are the nearest place to heaven that I know. Though the times are sad and drear, I cannot linger here. They will keep me and never let me go. Green Rolling Hills of West Virginia.
That's pretty. And then, so
there's so many songs like that
he left it on her thing. So how did it end up being published? Did he bring it to a record company?
Years later, like he recorded. I mean, he would start performing these songs out and about, and he had a few short kind of recordings of folk records that he did with a few other artists. But I think in the early 70s was when he finally first started publishing some of his songs. But yeah, that's the amazing. It's like that song, if I just heard it on its own, wouldn't have the impact of getting to hear the story behind it. And then it gives it so much depth. And even a very simple song like that, it's so sweet knowing that it was, those lyrics get left for somebody and then years later they might see it, as a recorded piece. There's still awesome. A lot of that I very much love about his music.
That's great. All right. So live from the Great Smoky Mountains, we've got the legendary Jesse Jett performing Utah Phillips covers. Because why not?
Oh, let's do Joe Hill. I know we did this the first episode, but this song is this is one of those, man. So the Joe Hill house was a place. It was near a train yard where a lot of transient people would kind of roll through, and they had a place to ditch your old clothes, new clothes for you, food, and they would just take people in. And try to help them. He said a lot of veterans and a lot of people that just needed a place. And Joe Hill had been a union organizer who pissed off the wrong copper company, and they basically put out an APB, had the cops bring him in, and had the story that a gun belonged to him matched the description of a gun that was used in a murder 2 towns over. And the next morning they shot him. He didn't have any time for a trial or anything like that. It was, the copper company owned that town, and that was he'd kind of poked the bear too many times, just like little Jesse down there.
Don't poke that bear, no.
But Utah Phillips had actually worked in a government building in that town later, in Salt Lake City, and he was able to get the surveyor's plaques for where the prison had been, and actually go to the exact spot where Joe Hill had been tied to a kitchen chair and shot out in the yard. And he used to go out there and just try to kind of think about what he was doing with his life and meditate and just whatever, that was his spot he would walk out to. And Joe Hill, while he was in prison that night, knowing he was going to be executed the next morning, wrote his will out in the form of a poem. And Utah Phillips would always recite that before he played the song he wrote for Joe. I sing Joe Hill to Fox regularly for bedtime, along with a couple other Utah Phillips songs, just to kind of instill some of that Union spirit in him. But there's a line in this song that gave me chills the first time I heard it, and still does every time. That's just such a beautiful sentiment for the power of someone's memory and what they did in their life, and how much it can do and mean after their death. So yeah, before Joe died, he passed this out to the guards on a piece of paper. It said, My will is easy to decide, for there is nothing to divide. My kin don't need to fuss or moan. Moss does not cling to a rolling stone. My body, if I could choose, I would to ashes it reduce, and let some merry breezes blow them to where some flowers grow. Perhaps some fading flower then might take bloom and live again. This is my last and final will. Good luck to all of you. Joe Hill.
I dreamed I saw Joe Hill last night, live as you and me. Said I, but Joe, you're 10 years dead. I never died, said he. I never died, said he. In Salt Lake, Joe, great God, said I, him standing by my bed. They framed you on a murder charge, says Joe, but I ain't dead. Says Joe, but I ain't dead. Oh, the copper bosses, they framed you, Joe. They shot you, Joe, says I. Takes more than guns to kill a man. I never died, and I. Standing there just as big as life and smiling with his eyes, says he what they forgot to kill went on to organize, went on to organize. From San Diego on up to Maine, in every mine and mill, where workers strike and organize, says he'll find Joe Hill. Says he'll find Joe Hill. Yeah, I dreamed I saw Joe Hill last night, alive as you and me. Says I, but Joe, you're 10 years dead. I never died, said he. I never died, said he.
That's Joe Hill.
And that's Joe Hill by Utah Phillips, as Jesse takes a swig.
All right.
Greg asked if you covered Todd Snyder. May he rest in peace now.
I have not. I should. I know Steve had asked me at that one point too.
Probably. That would be on brand for him.
Value for value.
Value for value. That's correct.
I needed that.
We've got to go value for value. There you go. There's the Wall of Fame. There's everybody on it. A lot of people in chat already there already. If you haven't joined already, that's how you get on that wall. You Cash App, Ko-fi, PayPal, Patreon, on the website, IndieNewsNow.com. We're live over there. And then over on Substack, we're live at INN Newsletter. So hi to everybody checking in over there. Thanks for watching. This is Jesse Jett performing cover songs from Utah Phillips.
That it
Let's
is.
do it. And I'm Indy. Hi. So, we are halfway down to the lineup you thought you were bringing. You said you had a half dozen or so.
Yeah, I got definitely two. Well, it's probably three more.
Cool.
Maybe three more a poem. Oh.
And I hate asking,
So this,
but any album update before you continue?
Yes, actually, I have been getting some work done on it. I'm not sure of a finish date yet, but I will say that what I've been doing has been coming together a lot quicker than I expected. I've gotten back in the flow of writing and recording and producing a lot quicker than I gave myself credit for. So, yeah, I'm very hopeful about. This year for sure, but I'm not sure how soon. But I will have an update and a better picture of that relatively soon. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Just thought I'd ask.
So this is the title song from his longest album, which is the kind of storybook one, or songbook, I should say, not storybook. This song there are several different versions of, but very fittingly from the album Good Though, from '73, the version of this opens with a really well-placed train whistle. There are a couple moments of those, just some kind of field recording sounds that just absolutely top it off. But yeah, this was a regular, this song especially, a few summers ago when I first discovered him. I used to listen to this song a lot on the back porch when Mosey, my raccoon comrade, used to come and hang out on the back porch. The raccoon I used to sing to, I used to listen to and sing this song a lot. This is called Starlight on the Rails.
I can hear a whistle blowing, high and lonesome as can be. Outside the rain is softly falling. Tonight it's falling just for me. Looking back along the road I've traveled, miles can tell a million tales. Each year is like some rolling freight train, and cold as starlight on the rails. A man who lives out on the highway is like a clock that can't tell time, and a man who spends his life just rambling is like a song without a rhyme. Looking back along the road I've traveled, all the miles can tell a million tales. Each year is like some rolling freight train, and cold as starlight on the rails. I think about a wife and family, a home and all the things it means. The black smoke trailing off behind me is like a string of broken dreams. Looking back along the road I've traveled, all the miles can tell a million tales. Each year is like some rolling freight train, and cold as starlight on the rails.
And that is Starlight on the Rails.
Starlight on the Rails. And written in what, 72, several, at least published in 73.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
who knows when it was actually like written, but
I wonder if these chords are rising.
so for those who saw the thumbnail that we did tonight for the show, that's a throwback to even the last episode we did for Utah Phillips when Crab did an homage to the Good Though CD, and I didn't realize that that's what he did, and then I tried to base it on the record album, so the covers are a little different. That was beautiful. Oh, John H. had a question for you, by the way, Jesse. Hold on, what was it? He said, dude, I was literally just looking up Outsource. Would you be willing to produce a studio solo acoustic version of that?
I actually am. I am going to be recording that on this next record. Actually, while I'm on this trip, I brought the Banjitar because I was thinking, what better place to record? I'm planning on doing it on the Banjitar because I wanted to have that tone. But I'm thinking of recording that up here because that needs to be recorded in the mountains. So
Nice.
Yes, as soon as I do, I'm planning on releasing that for like for lack of better terms, a single, but like the first, finished thing from the album that I want to be able to release for people to hear, it needs to be Outsourced. Right now, the only other than songs I've done or times I've done it on the show, you can hear Greg's fantastic version that I played the solo on. But
Crab.
Yeah, Crab.
They all know him as Crab.
Beat me to oh yeah, Crab beat me to that. I was supposed to have mine recorded quite a while ago, but
Well, we have like 3 versions of it on the show, so including a Banjitar.
The Banjitar ones, that's
episode 50, grainy, beautiful. Go back, listen to that anytime, man. 50th episode was so good. 53 too.
Speaking of Crab, I know he and I have talked a lot about doing a project together, and I would love to do some kind of punky covers of some old Union songs, and goddamn if this wouldn't be a beast of one, because the chord progression is just punk rock as hell, and feels so bizarre when Utah Phillips plays it, because it's just some weird staccato notes, and what it ends on doesn't resolve, which I love the metaphor, but it also makes my skin crawl as a musician. But there's something about this song that it goes so hard. This is called "We Have Fed You All for 1,000 Years."
We have fed you all for 1,000 years, though you hail us still unfed, though there's never a dollar of all your wealth, but marks the workers dead. We have yielded our best to give you rest, and you lie on a crimson wall. And if blood be the price of all your wealth, well, good God, we have paid in but we're buried alive for you. And there's never a wreck drift shoreward now, but we are its ghastly crew, going wrecking our dead by the forges red and the factories where we spend. And if blood be the price of your cursed wealth, oh good God, we have paid it in. We have fed you all for 1,000 years. Oh, that was our doom, you know, from the days when you chained us in your fields to the strike of a week ago. You have taken our lives and our husbands and wives and called it your legal fare. If blood be the price of your lawful wealth, good God, we have bought its share. If blood be the price of your lawful wealth, good God, we have bought it fair. That is, we have fed you all 1,000 years. By Utah Phillips.
1,000 years. And who is the we that he's talking about? Like the union, the workers?
The working class,
basement?
yeah, working people, yep.
Sweet.
There's a very short poem that he does sometimes that just there's one line in particular that, like, oh man, just tattoo that on my fucking forehead. This is a very short poem called Sheep and Goats. Say, mate, have you seen the mills where the kids at the looms spit blood? Have you been in the mine when the fire damp blew, shipped as a hand with a freighter's crew, or worked in a levee flood? Have you rotted wet in a grazing camp, or scorched in a desert line? Have you done your night stint with your lamp, watching the timbers drip with damp, or heard the oil rig whine? Have you had your pay held back for tools you never saw or could use? Have you gone like a fool with the other fools to the boss's saloon where the strong arm rules, and cast your time for booze? I do no kicking at God or fate. I keep my shoes to the road. It's a long gray road, and I love it, mate. Hayfoot, strawfoot, that's my gait, and I'll carry no other man's load. I don't mind working to earn my bread, and I'd just as soon keep straight. But just like the preacher man said, I'm a ram and I've missed the gate. But I'm jogging along and jogging ahead. Perhaps I'll find it, mate. That is Sheep and Goats by Utah Phillips.
Bah. Makes me think, and the sheep says, and the sheep stays silent.
Oh man, that was a fun sample.
Blip, 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 blip,
right.
blip, blip, blip.
So this seems a fitting. This is a fitting closer because it's not a Utah Phillips song, but it closed out for me the other day when I got done listening to that 4-hour Utah Phillips, songbook. I finish up and Spotify does here's something adjacent, something Utah Phillips similar. Well, they threw me a song by Rosalie Sorrels, who was a country and folk singer, who I'm familiar with primarily because she sang on a few songs of Utah Phillips. She actually sings the backup vocals on Starlight on the Rails and the song Old Buddy Good Night that I did on the first Utah Phillips song, which is one of my favorite songs ever.
I remember that one.
Yeah, I may have played that a second time too. I love that song.
I think you did.
But anyways, they played this song of hers, and it is a B-side song of hers in a big way. In fact, I can't find anyone else covering it except for one guy at some folk festival on YouTube. He's got a meager amount of views for his cover, sadly. But I don't see anyone else doing this. And this song, I was not prepared for this at work. And this song came on and just fucking assassinated me. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, I'm about to listen to this like a dozen times today. And I really did. I've just been soaking in it. And I had to figure out how to play it. And she finds this really great line between kind of classic female country vocals or folk vocals, and almost that 70s Carole King, Carly Simon tone, and a little bit of a less exaggerated Stevie Nicks on her lows. But man, this song is just one of those, and I was like, God damn, like, I recorded a very simple little cover of it the other night that I'd like to clean up and get a better one of. But oh man, like, this is going on my, in case of, you know, an accident, my funeral playlist, and it will be the only non-novelty tune on the list. Because I figured what better time to draw people together and make them listen to stupid music. But, yeah, anyways, this song just got to me like a fish, and it's just gorgeous. So this is by Rosalie Sorrels. This is called Some Other Place, Some Other Time.
Why do you stand so far away, so cool and friendly like you are?
Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong keys. Hang on, sorry. Do-overs.
Okay.
Okay, that's why.
Why do you stand so far away, so cool and friendly like you're some distant kin? Why don't you open up the door just once and let me in, and I could tell you secrets that I've always been only mine. Not this time, baby. Then maybe some other place, some other time. I'd like just once to look into the darkest shadows and the corners of your eyes. I wish I could go with you on the cloud trail where your soul flies. Come be my pleasant fruits and drink with me one glass of wine. Not this time, baby. Then maybe some other place, some other time. I can show you all the colors on a white bird wheeling through a double rainbow. And I can show you all the colors around the moon. Sing you songs you never heard before. Oh, but time is getting short. We'll have to make it soon. Why do you stand so far away? Oh, cool and friendly like you are some distant kin. Why don't you open up the door just once just once and let me in. Then I could tell you secrets that have always been only mine. Not this time, baby. Well, then maybe some other place, some other time.
And that is Some Other Place, Some Other Time by Rosalie Sorrels.
I see that. Why that would hit you for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, you got Sean for sure.
Yep.
That's that. And I'll tell you, tuning and guitar, like for the mic, it's perfect tonight. It sounds beautiful. I mean,
Oh, thank you.
acoustics in the room and on the stream sound really, really strong.
I can't bear that sadness alone. I gotta share that. Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
damn.
guys so much. Seriously, it was so much fun. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bring the laptop. I'm gonna do it like set up. I wanted to set up outside, but by the time we get going, you can't see the mountains anyway.
Right.
And you would see a whole shit ton of bugs and cicadas and moths and shit all around the light. So it wasn't gonna work out.
Yeah, no, we'd had to do that around dusk or daytime in order to capture.
Yep.
Well, I hate to even mention the name, but like you should go out in the field with an acoustic guitar and have somebody film you.
Fuck you. Give me a wig, just be like.
I mean, it's the other Jesse.
Well, Amazon keeps grabbing bonds. They're taking stocks. They're taking y'all's funds. They're taking.
Dude, he's something. I'll tell you. How he does it, I don't know, but it's remarkable. Banjitar, are we Ryan? You got a Banjitar song in here or no? We're gonna.
Yeah, let's hang on. Let me grab the Banjitar and we'll do Outsourced.
Nice. All right. Deal. All right. So while he's doing that, you know where to go. Support independent media because we need it more than ever. You know how to do it. Cash App, $ Indie News Network. Go-free.com/Indie News Network. PayPal.me/Indie News Network is friends and family. You do go to IndieNewsNow.com. I know Martin over there recently did that, and he dropped a couple of bucks over there. Appreciate that. Over on Substack, you can subscribe at INNnewsletter.com. We're live there, or at IndieMediaToday.com. All those things are the ways to do so. Now, this has been a blast. Yeah, so we'll have like the finale. We'll get a little encore with some Outsource.
Boys.
All right, Greg gets his wish. Fuck yeah, Johnny gets his wish. That's right. Come at me, bro, with a Hawaiian with my pit bull. His wife got a Hawaiian. Okay. Yeah.
mighty long ago in Butte, who spent his whole life scraping by, who never left his boots, till someone bought his bosses out and he'd outlived his use. They let him go, they trimmed the wage, and they hired someone new. And he learned that that's what job creators do. Now walking through the heart of town, I see my daddy's shop that he shut down when the superstore got put in down the block. And he didn't have a lot of choice to work there all the same, for know half of what he made when he had something to his name. He told me that's the way it is, that's business through and through. Then he told me that's what job creators do. Now watched a lot of poverty start blooming in this town. Did I seen too many families out sleeping on the ground? When I offered help, I got harassed by Sheriff Brown. And he grit that kind of grin that said, I'd love to put you down. But if I owned a mine and I enslaved them for a crew, I bet he'd call me a job creator too. How 1,000 miles are hungry for your bread. They'll say that to succeed you need to step on people's heads. Those suckers might be starving, but it's better them than you. They'll tell you that's what job creators do. That's Outsourced.
I love that
Smoky Mountain's banjo version.
Fuck yeah, dude. Upside down Banjitar version.
Yep, that's true.
That's right.
Yep.
Sweet.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, all right.
Guys.
Get some rest.
Well,
Enjoy
I
your
love y'all.
vacation.
And yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back sooner than a month with the
couple
the
of
Biden
weeks.
Trump Swip Swap episode. So
We'll flip that up.
All right. Be good,
All
y'all.
right, man.
Drink safe.
Have a good night,
Be safe.
everyone. I love you all.
Love each other.
Support independent media because we need it more than ever.
It's true.
Yeah, hey, how about that?
No! We just fucking lost the stream!
I think I liked it better being blind, when I couldn't read between the lines, and when I couldn't see the cracks in the structure that lay bare before me the whole time. I think I liked it better back when I suspended disbelief and swallowed pride. I thought I knew the difference in the red from the blue, but they both bleed us so dry. They both bleed us so dry.
My favorite songs don't hit the same way. I get to the end of a 4-minute track and I'm only looking back thinking,
I guess this isn't such an awful place.